Today on our bench we have a controller of sorts. I'm not sure what it is, probably a door lock mechanism. Anyways, the customer had accidentally busted the this TVS diode. It was right there. I know it's TVS diode because it's always the one closest to ground, and it's coming right up after this fuse right here. So if I was troubleshooting this, say the damage was over voltage or something, I would first check this fuse here, which I've already done and it's fine. But then I would suspect this TVS here. That's the next thing to check. And then after that you can check the other equipment. But for troubleshooting, I always start with the easiest first, starting with the fuse, and then all the TVS's. Here's one right here. Oh, can you see it? Okay. Here's the TVS right here. And our biggest difficulty we have right now, so we can scrape this off right here and get a connection for it, but we don't really have much there. So this is actually just coming straight through to this ground plane right here, and in fact I can even touch it right here. This is part of the ground plane, which you can, if you get close, you can see a little how this pin is connected right there. Let's see, so I'm going to start by just scratching this off and then drilling a hole through there and seeing what we got after that. I probably could just drill a hole directly through there. Let me see where that'll line up. Let me get a measuring device real quick. Oops. Let's see. So about right there. 1/8 inch away. It'll come out around here somewhere, so I think we'll be alright with just punching a hole directly through. I don't see any reason not to. In fact, that looks like it might even be better. More centered. If I go with this original placement, it is barely hitting the edge of that. This right here is not the same as this ground right here. They're completely different. So don't mistake this for being a ground plane. I'm going to start by drilling this out now. I've not done this yet, so I don't like that. You know what? I am definitely just going back to using this other bit. I don't trust me with that one. This one's bigger than I want, but I can't find my other bits, so it'll have to do. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, I went through. It did go through. Yeah. I just need to get some tweezers. Finish it off. And I'm going to use my microscopic eyes to see if there's anything inside there I need to worry about. And there is nothing. It is just a single plane there. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to dig some more of that out. And then I'm going to switch this over. Yep, I don't see any other planes inside of there. Well, there is one getting up close. Confirm there is nothing else there I need to worry about. So now I'm going to scratch some stuff off right there, and we can get some soldering going on. Let's get some wire stripped and ready. What best butterscotch?
Sit down.
Oops, sorry. Trying to get through there. Alright, I'm going to scratch a little more of this off. Alright, oh, I should have had this thing turned on, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that ain't very good. Bad form. Let's see. I use some olden day Radio Shack wire. There we go. And I want some of none of those. Where did I put my flux?
I have no idea.
Well. Oh, maybe it's not. Alright. Now let's fix that up.
Okay.
We're back. I don't know how much we missed, but it said maximum recording time reached. So here we are. We're just punched a hole through there, and we are now soldering it back, and I'm just making a better looking connection. I didn't like the one that it was on. Let's see. Well, looks okay. I need to go get my alcohol. I got some alcohol right here. Now I need some Q-tips, toothbrush, right there. Now we're up and across there. We can trim that down. Now we have a new pad. Let's see, which way do I want to point it? Doesn't matter too much. There we go. Now let's get back to that TVS right here. The line should be negative, but I need to grab my meter to verify deposit. Alright, here we go. Let's see here. So, if I'm right, this should test out here to here. And it does. So we are now connected through ground there. We'll clean this up, check for negative. This one should be the same, so if we touch here, it should connect to the same spot. It doesn't, because it's in a different side. Never mind. Yes. Anyways, at least that is the negative side. Yeah, so this is a whole separate section here. It's got its own fuse and its own TVS. But the negative points to the ground, which is going to point to the fuse. Is it supposed to point to the fuse? I wish I had a picture of it, but let's have a look. Investigate this. This one is definitely that side there, the negative. If you look. That should be right. Yep. So, why is that negative point towards the fuse? Let's try it backwards. Oh, this is the way it goes. Negative is going towards the fuse. So let's scratch this off and get it going again.
Okay.
I'm just taking off the bad pieces right now. Let's see, come on. There we go. And now let's see, this is going to be hard for me to do and let you see at the same time. There we go. There, now let's check, make sure it's all connected. It should read through the fuse, and it does. It should not read through here, and it doesn't. This should read to, and it does. I was going to plug in some voltage, but I think I'm going to wait until the customer comes by and we'll just verify it together. But I'll clean this up and it'll be ready to go.